we're branching into our own media.
All right, exciting times, exciting times. Welcome. It's a little bit before 3 o'clock. We are scheduled to be on in about 2.5 minutes here on IBGR Radio, No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show featuring me, David Wilson, the Business Savage. We are going to be live for about a minute or so. Then I'm going to come back to you guys and you'll be able to hear the show live. You'll be able to see what goes on behind the scenes. You'll be able to say my name. Like we always do for every show, to let me know that you're ready. Got a sound check. Steve, we're good? All right, Steve's ready. All right. So we should be being broadcast in a lot of different places here. A lot of different places. We should be on Facebook, David Wilson, Facebook, all things David Wilson, Facebook, The Business Savage, Facebook, Fund You Up, Facebook, IBGR Network, YouTube, IBGR Network, all things David Wilson, YouTube, and Periscope. Yeah. See, Periscope, that's Twitter. Okay? So let's have some fun. There's going to be times when you see, hang on. When you see things, when you see my avatar on the screen, that means there's a commercial. I'm going to do my best to broadcast that to you while that avatar, so you don't see me like, I don't know, like picking my nose or something because I forget the camera's on because I think that we're not on the radio, something like that, right? So that, all that stuff's kind of tricky. So I'm gonna head out now. Here's my avatar, and enjoy the show.
Is your CRM making your business grow? When surveyed, about 90% of business leaders admit that their CRM isn't. The most common cause for that? Salespeople don't use their CRM the way they should. Why not? Well, it takes them too much time and discipline to fill out their CRM completely, and if salespeople don't, the CRM system becomes useless. That surfaces existing data so that you know and remember all about your customers and never forget and disappoint another lead. That's what Salesforce does today. It pulls in all the data buried in your emails, email signatures, calendar, phone, social data, company database, email and web tracking, and offers it to you in an easy way so you and your CRM are always up to date. Want to see this for yourself? Head to salesforce.com and get your free trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, for one of the first times ever, it's the No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show, broadcast live on the radio and live on television, the internet. So we're going to change the world on the radio. We're going to change the world on television, also known as the internet. Now, if you're ready to change the world, then say my name. Savvy. Hey, Queen B, set it off. How about that? How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome to the No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show here on IBGR Network, Profit Radio. Come grow with us. So this is a pleasure, right? So I'm on this swivel here and broadcasting live on IBGR Network and broadcasting live on just about every station there is on the internet, right? So this is great. It is a pleasure to do this with you guys today. I am excited. You get to see that not only do I make it sound easy, but I make it look easy. Matter of fact, shout out to Germany. Just got word from the front office that Germany is listening. So, hey Steve, no, that's good. That's good, Steve. That's good. Yes, thank you, Germany. Thank you, Germany. All right, thank you. One more of those, Steve. So for those of you who don't know, let me get to the introductions. So I am David Wilson, aka Business Savage, right? So I'm the host of the show. First, I want to say thank you and back up. I want to say welcome. Welcome to anyone who is a first-time listener today. First-time listeners, that's awesome. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Now, there are some of you out there among the millions and millions of the Savs fans who are returning to the No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show. So I want to say to you, thank you. Thank you very much for listening and joining us here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, live from the capital of the South. Hey, Steve. Oh, sorry. And of course, I have to introduce my in-studio engineer, Steve Eufemi. Steve. So Steve Eufemi has been with me from the beginning. He is camera shy. So you will not, he's all the way in the corner over there. He does not want to be on camera. He will not be on camera. I told him, I kind of was joking with him. I said, I'll turn the camera around and film him. And he actually started digging through the wall. So I mean, it was crazy, right? So now got to call Pollard out here to fix that, but we're going to move on with the show. Okay, so that's no problem. Pollard, you're going to get a phone call to fix the wall. Okay. Hey, CTAs, Steve. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I am proud to be a part of IBGR because every single week our percentage goes up. The percentage of the world. So when I come on and, I said, get all fancy. Yeah. You ready to change the world? You ready? Now say my name, Savage, like that. We're really trying to change the world. In fact, we are changing the world one business at a time. We are being broadcast now. It's close to like 80-something% of the world. We have Germany listening in today. We're in 80% of the countries all over the world. So thank you very much for that. We are soon to be taking over the entire world. It's going to be called IBGR. They're going to rename Earth IBGR or something like that. All right, easy, Steve. So if you don't have the app already, go get it. The app is available on Apple, and it's also available on Android. Okay, so download it, good to go. And then you can listen in the palm of your hand. You can listen to me, Business Savage, or you can listen to all the other talent, anyone else you like. And there's experts for everything on IBGR. You can listen to so many different types of shows on marketing, sales, networking, connecting. That's what we're talking about today, networking and connecting. I talk about it all. So I take a very broad stroke to introduce you to pertinent business topics that you will find relevant. You may have experienced them in your business. You may not have experienced them yet in your business, but you will. But you will. And as business owners, we understand, the plight and just how it works. There's probably a total of, let's see, with me and Bill and Donna, it's probably me and Bill, 200 and some odd years of experience just in that right there. So plus everybody else. So we are here to help you, and we are excited for you to be here with us. So get the app, go to IBGR and join the community. The community is kind of what I'm talking about. It's the name of it, where you can interact with us and you can talk to us and you can ask questions and what have you. We'll answer them. We start discussions, all to make your business the best it can be. The best it can be. I just got word. So Steve passed me a note that came from downtown. So we have over 1,000 years of experience on the team. Over 1,000 years. There you go. You can't beat that. So okay. So we're good there. On today's show, how to connect anyone to anyone, anywhere, for any reason, without the fear of rejection. Without the fear of rejection. That's a popular topic. Hence, we're doing part 3. So this is part 3. We're going to wrap up the whole conversation of how we were doing that, and then later on in the show, we're going to actually answer some questions that come in from you guys, questions that came in from listeners, loyal listeners, and we're going to answer as many as we can in the last 3 segments. So it's going to be a fun show. I am excited for it. So moving on from part 2. So part 2, last episode, how to connect anyone to anyone, anywhere. We talked about the no rejection connection. So the no rejection connection, if you go to thenorejectionconnection.com, that is my digital product. It is a digital offering that teaches you exactly how to connect yourself to anyone, anywhere, for any reason, without the fear of rejection. Rejection is one of the biggest obstacles that stands in our way, in our ways of getting where we want to be. Fear might be the biggest dream killer of them all. Fear might be the biggest dream killer of them all. So don't allow fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of success. Sometimes it's success that really, that sounds strange, right? A fear of success, but it's out there. It's out there. And we mustn't fear that. Okay. We talked about the 2 things we want to always keep in front of our minds that eliminate the rejection. See, rejection is a mindset. I don't care what stage of your business. Somebody told me no today. I know. Somebody told me no today. They're like, no, I don't want to go with your program. Oh, that's okay. Because of these 2 things. All I was give. And who knows it? Give and, there's comments. Hold on. Give and I'm just trying to help. Give and I'm just trying to help. If that's all we're ever doing, we can't ever lose. If that's all we're ever doing, we can't ever lose. So the reason I'm looking over here, there's a clock over here that I have to pay attention to make sure that, so it's not like I'm not paying attention to you. We'll rearrange the studio. Steve, we're going to rearrange the studio at the break to make sure it's kind of configured a little bit better. But yeah, that's the idea. We all were forced to connect and network in a very different way, right? Because of this thing called COVID. And COVID messed a lot of people up. One of the worst times to build a network is when you need one. One of the worst times to build a network is when you need a network. So we're going to talk about that, because one of the questions that comes up later on is, how do you do that? So we're going to answer all of that stuff. We're going to make this fun. We're going to make this entertaining. We're going to have a good time. So we're going to head off to break. My name is David Wilson, aka Business Savage. We'll see you on the other side. Savage.
Is your CRM making your business grow? When surveyed, about 90% of business leaders admit that their CRM isn't. The most common cause for that? Salespeople don't use their CRM the way they should. Why not? Well, it takes them too much time and discipline to fill out their CRM completely, and if salespeople don't, the CRM system becomes useless. That's why when we started Salesware, we asked ourselves, what if we build a CRM system that fills out itself? What if we build a system that surfaces existing data so that you know and remember all about your customers and never forget and disappoint another lead? That's what Salesware does today. It pulls in all the data buried in your emails, email signatures, calendar, phone, social data, company database, email and web tracking, and offers it to you in an easy way so you and your CRM are always up to date. Want to see this for yourself? Head to salesware.com and get your free trial.
This is cool, right? This is cool. David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome back to No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show here on IBGR Network. Welcome back. We are entering the second segment of how to connecting anyone to anyone, anywhere, for any reason, without the fear of rejection. Without the fear of rejection. All right. Let's dive right in. Like I promised, we have some questions that we're gonna dive right into. If you guys want more information about the no rejection connection, it'll come up during the last three segments certainly. But you can go to the no rejection connection.com. So the no rejection connection.com, and you can go there and check it out. When my post game gets a little bit better, right? So I'll be able to actually pin my posts and what have you. Oh, what the heck? We're doing it. This is live TV. So let's go. The no rejection connection. All right. All right. Can't post. Yes, there we go. Okay, so that's a website, thenорejectionconnection.com. If you want to go there, there's a free video, tells you all about the no rejection connection, how it works, and what have you. Okay, ready? Well, right now it is Q&A time. We got questions that come in from our listeners. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Steve, for putting these together. Your handwriting, man. I'm telling you, I thought mine was bad, but gosh, this is So you hit the applause. You hit the applause button when I said my handwriting was bad. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I got you. No, it's supposed to be laughter. Okay, I got you. Yeah, you're fired. Okay, first question. First question comes in from. This is from Cody from Ohio. Cody asks, What if I don't have a network and don't feel like I have anything to give? Well, Cody, that's a good question. That's a good question. And I think a lot of people kind of fell into that trap during the pandemic. You know, when everything hit on that day. What was that? What was that day? That day in March, when everything just kind of stopped. Right. I know I tell the story fairly often on the show here. In my business, Fund You Up, it's a funding company for businesses. We help small, mid-sized businesses get funding when traditional bank financing is not available. All of our funding stopped. It stopped on that fateful day, and we had to regroup. Thankfully, I was able to, because I had intentionally built it over time. I was able to tap into my network. I was able to tap into my network, and because I had been giving to my network up until that point, I had been making it a regularly giving to my network. It was not a problem for me to reach out to folks and say, hey, what's going on? What can we do? How can we kind of be nimble and pivot and pivot and really change course, change direction of what we're doing. We're gonna get into answering Cody's question in just a second, because this is kind of relevant. Because of that network, I was able to be nimble and help businesses with PPP loan processing until we were able to start funding again. And once we were able to start funding again, we were in much better shape, right? But it was because of that network. So Cody's challenge is, what if I don't have a network? And some of you out there may not have a network. Here's what a network isn't. A network isn't a whole bunch of contacts. That's not a network. Okay, that's not a network. It might be a not work, but it's not. I got a million of those, and see, we're on TV now. This is great, but it might be a not work, but it's not a network. A network is actually a network is bilateral. We have to be able to work. We'll get things from our networks, but we're also giving things to our networks. And that's what makes them work. I'm going to answer the second part of Cody's question first. And I don't feel like I have anything to give. Cody, my friend, we all have something to give. Simple. We all have something to give. And what is that thing that we have to give? Well, think about it like this. Going back to previous shows, WIIFM did not coin that phrase, but WIIFM, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Think about how you can help people, how you can help your network. I said it already earlier. Give, and I'm just trying to help. So Cody, I'm sure you're good at something. That something could be product driven. That something could be service driven. It could simply be give, and I'm just trying to help. Hey, I'm reaching out to you to see how you're doing and see how you're faring during the pandemic. It could be that simple. I'm not saying that building a network when you don't have one in these types of times is easy. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard. I'm sure. I'm thankful I didn't have to do that. Right. But we are where we are. And that's just how it is. Right. Okay. So think about what value you can give. Now, what if you don't have a network? You start building it. You start building one. And you build one by systematically adding value. Start with people you know. Start with the people you know best, and friends, family. So start there. Start there. All right. So hopefully that helps Cody. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of heat for this one. So next question. Next question comes in from Steve. It does come in from Steve. I assume it's not you, right? No. Okay, it's not Steve. Okay, it's another Steve. It's a lot of Steves. Okay. Question from Steve. I am new to networking. Where do I start? Okay, that's a pretty broad question. I am new to networking. Where do I start? Could be a new graduate from college, new graduate from high school, new graduate from trade school. Could be someone who is re-entering the workforce for whatever reason. Could be someone who has just never networked before. So you're new to networking. Where do you start? The first thing. So looking back at the mistakes I made when I first started, there are things that I wish I had when I had first started, and I'm not really gonna be just overtly tell you good places to start, because I'm not really that type of person. But one good place that you might want to start is research. And you can, if you research, there's a lot of books out there that can help you with networking. Now, we don't talk specifically about those books on this show, but I didn't even realize that. No, sorry about that. I didn't. Okay, so it's my show. I can do that. This is a book I wrote called I Hate Networking Events. I Hate Networking Events is actually about my experience learning how to network, what to do before, during, and after your next networking event. And I had to learn the hard way. I had to get bumped. I had to get bruised up. And I had to learn the hard way what to do and what not to do. So, Steve, the first thing I would do is research. Ask around. What are other people doing to network? I would also, okay, thank you. I would also recommend getting a LinkedIn account. Now, I said this. I don't work for LinkedIn. Okay, I don't work for LinkedIn, but it does seem like a LinkedIn account is the standard when it comes to business network. And a LinkedIn account and an IBGR community account. Those are the two things that I would definitely recommend doing on social media. So at least that way you have a presence, you exist, and then you have at your disposal all the folks on our team that can help you. So get a LinkedIn account so you have a presence, and join a community, join some groups, ask some questions in the IBGR community, and get those questions answered for you. So Steve, I hope that helps. Let's see what we got here. So we got about a minute and a half to go. We got to get our music queued up, right? Okay, that could be. So it looks easy, I know, but it's really not. It's not that easy. All right, next segment we have a few more questions, bunch more questions actually, that we're going to answer. Remember to get the app. Remember to join the entrepreneurs community on IBGR. So that's the community I was telling you about. Join that. Go there, and that's an easy way to network, and do your research about learning how to network. Okay, just do research on networking. Oh, I thought this was and learn it. It's a process. It's a process for anyone who is new to it. But it's been fun for me, and it can be fun for you. So we'll go to break. Savvy. See you on the other side.
Media and Station Director at IBGR. If you listen to any of our broadcasts, you know we consider all entrepreneurs part of one family. People who are the heroes of our societies because they put their soul into the game and risk failure for everybody else. We want to meet and get to know everyone, like having a family community. Plus, provide the highest quality of programming we need to hear from you. The place to start is to become a subscriber. Every week we will send you our broadcasting schedule, links to show notes, and occasionally a gift like something practical from our toolbox. It is simple to do. Go to our Join Us page, sign up, and become part of the most important global community of entrepreneurs. Never forget, we create over 50% of the jobs around the world. We look forward to meeting
you. Money, capital, moolah, dough, cheese, cheddar, cash, corn, Benjamins. No matter what you call it, every business needs it. And at Fund You Up, we're here to help you get it. We help small and mid-sized businesses get funding, both secured and unsecured, when traditional means are not available. Go to our website, www.fundyouup.com. That's www. F as in Frank, U, N as in Nancy, D as in David, P as in Paul.com. Go to the upper right corner and click on the box that says Get Pre-Qualified Now and see how much we can get for you to make your business the best it can be. Because remember, we want to fund you up.
Okay. Getting ready to go back on live in about 10 seconds. All right. Welcome back, everyone. David Wilson, the Business Savage. Welcome back to No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show here on IBGR Network. Steve, where's my show notes? Okay, right here. IBGR Network. Yes, awesome. Real quick, big shout out from Scotland. Thank you, Jan, for listening from Scotland. So that's awesome. We are really getting some world traction today. So it's awesome. Welcome back, everyone. We are live on the radio. We're live on television, here on the internet, and having a good time. So let's jump right back into the questions. This question, I want to put it into context. And this is networking, connecting related. So one of the things we talk about with regards to networking is consistency. So if you go back to the first show, I think the name of the first show is the introduction to how to savagely dominate your market. We talk about the map. So mindset, action, and plan. Mindset, action, and plan. So we talk about taking action a lot. And when we take action, we want to be consistent. We want to be consistent with our plan in how we take action, and that we take action. Does that make sense? So being consistent. So whether we hold ourselves accountable to doing one thing every day, so something every day one time, or 2 times, or 9 times, or 100 times. It doesn't matter as long as we are consistent and we hold ourselves accountable. We hold ourselves accountable. So when in the context of connecting and networking, and in the context of the no rejection connection, we were talking last episode. So part 2. This is part 3. So in part 2, we were talking about the push-ups. One of my favorite sayings: push-ups don't do themselves, right? Push-ups don't do themselves. You actually have to do the push-ups. So identifying the push-ups we need to do every day to help us achieve our goal. Identifying the push-ups we need to do every day to help us achieve our goal. Okay, so that's the context of this next question. There's no name by this question, so I guess it was Ms. Anonymous. Yeah, you get A Anonymous, right? All right. I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, so from A Anonymous, the question is, how many reach outs is too many? How many reach outs is too many? So we'll change reach outs to push-ups. So the question is in context of how many people should I be reaching out to give and try to help on a daily basis? So listen to part 2, listen to part 1 of the no rejection connection to kind of understand what that means. Okay. But the question is, how many reach outs is too many? The answer to that question is one more than you are not willing to hold yourself accountable to doing. That's the answer. That's the answer. Like I've said in the past, I don't care if it's 1. If you can commit to doing 1 per day, do 1. I talk about single handling tasks. If you can only do 1, do 1. So you sit down and your goal is to do 1, no matter how long it takes. You have permission to stop once you've done your 1. You have permission to stop once you've done your 1. You can go on. You can keep going. Some people just will keep going. They'll get to 1 and they'll just go to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and they'll just keep going until it's time to stop, right? Some days you're going to feel like you're only going to do the 1. The key, though, is the commitment. The key is the commitment to whatever number you have picked for whatever period that is. So the answer to that question, it can be 100, it can be 10, it can be 1,000. But if it's 1 more than you're willing to hold yourself accountable to doing, it is too many. So hopefully that was a good answer. Okay. Next question. From looks like. I mean, how can I read this? How can I read this? Got to do better. I was a handwriting champion in 2nd grade. Just so you know, I got a handwriting certificate in 2nd grade. Okay. So I think this says Kate. I think. I am not comfortable networking. I'm an introvert. What advice would you give me? Okay, good question. I think that it was kind of like when COVID hit. And we had to come to the realization that this was something that was not going to change. And once we accepted that COVID was not going to change, and that the way things were going to be is not going to change, we were able to move forward from it. We were able to move on. My advice to Kate would be, first, and I acknowledge that you're an introvert. I acknowledge that it makes you uncomfortable. I would say that the first thing my advice would be to look at what it gets you. So look at what the benefit is of networking. I think also, going back to the two things we want to keep in the fronts of our minds, give, and I'm just trying to help, may help. So certainly, if you're trying to sell something to a room full of salespeople, what happens? Nothing. Nobody buys anything. Right? Nobody buys anything. But there's a lot of business cards that get passed over. Right? Instead, be the giver. Be the giver, and just try to help people. Get them talking about themselves. Now, I'm giving you this answer as though there's people in front of you that are saying, "Oh yeah, just tell me about yourself." We're in a different time, but you can do this electronically as well. And this is what we've been talking about during this 3-part series, is how to do this electronically. And the key is engagement. So we want to engage people. We want to get them speaking about themselves. I believe it was Dale Carnegie, I think, said the most melodic sound to any person is the sound of their name. So I don't know if it's like that when you type it, but I think that definitely when you say it, and you can do that over the phone, right? But engage people, ask them about themselves, how they got started in business. And I think that will help. I think that will help with your introversion, because and have a plan. I've been waving this around the whole time, but this book has helped a lot of people, and have helped a lot of people, I've been told, overcome fears of going out and speaking to people. I'm fortunate to be in an organization called BNI, Business Network International, and I get good feedback. I get great feedback on this book, so I would try that out. And when you have a plan and you're prepared, a lot of things are become easier, right? They just become easier. So, all right. So we got about a minute and a half left. No, actually a minute before we go to break. Again, get your app from the Apple Store, from the Android Store, and also something we offer here at IBGR is if you need help one-on-one, if you need one-on-one help for your business, reach out to us. You can reach out to our downtown station managers, Bill and Donna, and they can help you make a decision on a way, the best way for us as a team to to help your business, because remember, we're here to give and we're just trying to help, right? So thanks for joining us on IBGR. This is the No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show here with David Wilson, the Business Savage. We're going to be going to break, and we'll see you on the other side with a couple more questions, and we'll wrap up. Okay? Savage.
Hey, it's David Wilson, the Business Savage. Listen, do you need to grow your network in 2021? Do you need more connections in 2021 because you need to make more sales in 2021? Because you need to make more money in 2021? Well, I have something for you. It's a free video and a free script on how to connect anyone to anyone, anywhere, for any reason, without the fear of rejection. That's right. You never feel rejected ever again, because that's the biggest hurdle that we face, that rejection. I'll show you how to never face that again. Go to www.thenorejectionconnection.com. That's www.thenorejectionconnection.com. Watch my
Is your CRM making your business grow? When surveyed, about 90% of business leaders admit that their CRM isn't. The most common cause for that? Salespeople don't use their CRM the way they should. Why not? Well, it takes them too much time and discipline to fill out their CRM completely, and if salespeople don't, the CRM system becomes useless. That's why when we started Salesware, we asked ourselves, what if we build a CRM system that fills out itself? What if we build a system that surfaces existing data so that you know and remember all about your customers and never forget and disappoint another lead? That's what Salesware does today. It pulls in all the data buried in your emails, email signatures, calendar, phone, social data, company database.
So you're getting to see all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So I have a good minute and a half or so, maybe 2 minutes, to kind of get myself together before this happens, and we have to go back on the air. So a lot of it is timing. A lot of it is, so you guys are getting to see that. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this up. Thanks for watching. Put some likes out there if you like what you see. Put them in the comments. All right, standing ovation. That is awesome. Thank you, everyone. David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome back to the No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show right here on IBGR Network, Profit Radio. Come grow with us. Yeah. I was told I can only do that once every show, so it's too much, especially with the television. It's just too much. Right. Okay, Steve, good job. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to get to a couple of more questions. We did that one. Told you everything you needed to know about getting the app. Thank you again for joining us on IBGR Radio. It's been a great ride so far, and it's been a pleasure to be here. It really has. If you're interested, so along with IBGR, You can follow me on my various social media platforms, many of which are showing this right now. So you're watching on here now. So Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. You can also Twitter. You can also follow me on LinkedIn, which is at linkedin.com. I needed to say that, right? That was so dumb. Okay. All right. So let's get to a couple more questions. We'll get to as many as we can before we wrap up. So this next question comes in from Ernie. So Ernie asks, this no rejection connection is great, but can I use it to work for myself personally? So this no rejection connection is great. Can I use it to work for myself personally? The short answer is absolutely. Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. But there's a much longer answer. And I will say to you that it is very difficult to impossible for this to work for making connections for yourself if you have not done the work on the front end. So often we're kind of handed this blueprint. It's like, hey, here's this book. It shows you what to do before, during, and after. And nah, you know what? I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna go down to the back, and I'm just gonna start from the back, read the last couple pages, and then that's gonna be it. Right? Instead of starting from the beginning and actually following the steps and actually doing the work on the front end. We talk about this all the time in BNI. We talk about this all the time in business. We talk about this all the time when building a network. There's so much that you have to do on the front end, and people want to skip it. People want to omit these steps because they're hard, and sometimes they're planning steps. Sometimes, go back to the map, mindset steps. There are steps that we are not taking to actually shift our mindset. So one of the biggest mindset shifts that we need to make, Ernie, when it comes to doing this for ourselves, is being able to do it for other people first. So being able to actually help other people first. One of the main reasons networking doesn't work, right? One of the main reasons networking doesn't work right is what I'm saying, right? It's because we're not working it right. We are instead we're trying to we're focusing on what we can get from people. It's just like my example about the salesman in the room. I mean, what happens? Who makes a sale when you put 100 salespeople in the room? Nobody, because you're all trying to sell something to each other, right? And I mean, that's it. Nothing happens. But when you try to give, everything changes, and that's that mindset shift. I want to see if we have any more questions here, or if this is going to be our last one. But we'll go ahead and finish answering this. So yes, but not until you have shifted. You have shifted. Once you have give, and I'm just trying to help in the front of your mind, and you're able to do that for other people, key here, without the expectation of anything in return. Okay? Without the expectation of anything in return. Now you're good. Okay? Now you're good. Now you can begin the process of doing this for yourself. Right? And yes, so yes, you can do that. In fact, I teach that. That's what I teach. The free video and the free course that I offer, the No Rejection Connection, teaches you how to connect anybody to anybody, anywhere, for any reason, without the fear of rejection. It helps you wake up that sleeping network. It helps you, actually tells you exactly what to do to begin the process of monetizing your network. And it's not what you think. It's not what you think. After that is when I really dive in with you and teach you how to connect yourself to anybody, anywhere, for any reason, without the fear of rejection. So, Ernie, that's your answer. All right. Did we cover everything here? I'm new to networking. Where do I start? How many reach outs are too many? Yeah. So that is. Are we out of questions, Steve? Like we can't be completely out of questions, because that makes us look as though we are not prepared, and that is certainly not the case. Turn it over, you said? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we're not out of questions. My bad, Steve. Okay, you got your job back. Okay, can you share? This comes in from Pete. So Pete says, what are some of the funniest connection stories you've ever had while networking? Funniest connection stories while networking. Well, I don't know if it's funny to you. I mean, to me, but it might be funny to you. I think it gets to be pretty comical when you're on, and this is a LinkedIn story. So I get my share of people who want to connect with me on LinkedIn, as I'm sure you guys do as well. I don't know if it was last week's show or the show the week before, one or two, but it's definitely worth a listen, because I go over some of these crazy things that people say when they're trying to connect with you. So I don't really want to repeat those for you, but in answering Pete's question, there's your answer. So go check those out, and you guys can all check those out as well. The key you want to remember when you're reaching out to someone you don't know, there's got to be something in it for them. There's got to be something in it for them. It can't just be, oh my gosh, I want to connect with you, and that's it. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares what your company's name is. Nobody cares what you offer. Nobody cares where you're located. Nobody cares how long you've been in business. Nobody cares where your office is until you give them a reason to care. And it's that simple. You have to give them a reason to care. So crafting something very, very, very simply, and I had one this morning from a B2B sales lead generator. Just get to the point. We generate sales leads for companies in the business funding space, and I'd like to know if that's something you'd be interested in. Sure. Great. Yes. Bravo. Not, oh my gosh, oh, I see that we're connected to one person, and some nonsense like that. Right? Okay, we gotta wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure to be live on the radio and live on the television with you. It's been fun. I hope we can do it again some other time. We're going to close out. I am David Wilson, aka the Business Savage, on No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show. We did it. We did it. Having fun yet? I hope so, because the show's over. See you next time. Thank you. All right, everybody. That's it. That's what happens. That's what happens behind the scenes. It is 15:59, 1 minute. I don't know if they're going to kick me off because I had this scheduled for an hour. But listen, thank you. I will do my best to get to all of the comments. I did thank Jan from Scotland about 1,000 times because I hit the wrong button. So thank you, Infinity, right? But thank you very much. I enjoyed this. It was fun. I hope it was fun for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like my Facebook stuff, like my YouTube stuff, like IBGR's Facebook stuff and YouTube stuff. Go on Twitter, and I actually get pretty good traction on Twitter. I like Twitter. Periscope is pretty cool. If you feel free to reach out to me if you have questions about connecting, networking, IBGR. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. I am David Wilson, aka Business Savage. You'll never know how I do that. You'll just never know. All right. Signing off. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. Have a marvelous day.